Hi, I'm John.
Hello, I'm Fred.
You are a moron.
You are a knucklehead.
And we
are Dusty
Farts.
They've scuffled with goats. They've debated on toast. Can make anything a booth. They do love to boast. From sawdust brew mornings to squirrel-made charts. They brighten others' days with their cranky old hearts. Aria rolls eyes as she's filling their cups. Curtis drops singers while stirring things up. And Dr. Bobby's bus delivers giggles and hoots. It's booth-born mayhem from these gumpy old coots. From booths full of coffee to their good-natured hearts, forever they're known as the Dusty Farts.
Farts, my man. This place better have coffee. You know my day don't start till I can complain about it over a cup.
Don't worry, Dusty. This place has both coffee and cookies. One half of the whole food pyramid.
Free coffee? Sounds like a fair price of admission. Come on, I see signs of civilization at the far end of the gym.
John and Fred have wandered over to the local YMCA, not for swimming laps, pumping iron, or joining Mildred's senior Zumba class. Though Lord knows the sight of Dusty shaking maracas might scare a few calories off the rest of us. No, they're here because it's Tuesday afternoon, the only time when Maple Grove's weekly therapy group gets to meet. Unfortunately, it is also the same time as open gym basketball, so the group members are often subjected to wicked no-look passes to the face and take an awful lot of unintentional charging fouls in the lane. It's just another place in Maple Grove where misunderstandings are welcomed, clarity is optional, and the coffee flows as fast as the complaints.
Ah, hello, gentlemen. Welcome to the circle. You are both most welcome. Most welcome indeed.
Hey, buddy, is this where all you vermin huggers like to meet?
Vermin huggers? I beg your pardon?
Yes, sir. Vermin huggers. I sure did say it. And I've got a bone to pick with the lot of you. Did you know there's a literal army of squirrels setting up camp in the middle of Maple Grove Park? Tents, latrines, mess hall, the whole 9 yards.
Fascinating. Truly fascinating, but regrettably not relevant to this gathering. This is most definitely not the circle of vermin huggers.
See? I told you, Dusty. Ain't no group for that. Huggin' vermin? That's wackier than you ordering decaf.
Yes, well,
I told you. This here is clearly the circle of squirrel lovers. That's why I brought sausages for everyone. Gourmet diplomacy right here in my pockets.
I see. A pair of men who think phonics is a foreign policy. But as the sign here plainly states, this is the circle of veteran brothers.
Veteran brothers, you say? Well, now that explains a lot. I could have sworn that sign read vermin huggers. I was about to come in here and file a formal complaint, or maybe just bring a flamethrower.
No, not vermin. Veterans. I simply assumed, based on your age, posture, and general aura of irritation, that you two grumpy coots were honorable servicemen.
Unfortunately, no. Dusty here got rejected on account of his peepers being crooked as a raccoon's poker hand, and as for me, I had a passel of young'uns before I could shave regular. Uncle Sam took one look and said, "Nope, that man's already deployed in the war of diapers."
Yes. Crooked eyes and diaper duty. Remarkable military records, both of you. Truly, the nation salutes your unconventional service.
And with that, Fritz poured them both a cup of coffee, free because no one in Maple Grove has ever paid willingly for YMCA brew. The cookies, however, came with a warning label. May contain crumbs sharp enough to rupture fillings.
Mercy, Dusty, these things got edges. I think I just cut a groove in my molars.
Consider it dental work on the house. Next one gets you a free root canal with the purchase of 3 cookies.
Of course, coffee and cookies meant commitment. If they were staying, they needed a place to sit, which, in the theology of John and Fred, meant only one thing.
A booth?
A booth.
But booths are not a high-value target when foraging at the local YMCA. So John and Fred had to improvise. From the south end of the gym, Dusty drug over a wobbly bench, likely not used since Shooter McGee won the intramural city championships in 1984. Fred, meanwhile, grabbed his splintered steed from the north side, pulling it also over to center court, gym bags, sweat towels, and all.
Booth's a booth, farts. Doesn't matter if it's porcelain, vinyl, or splinters in your biscuits.
Agreed. Now, rearrange a couple of those gym bags into armrests for your elbows and set a couple of basketballs down there together as a nice little footstool. Listen to this thing, Dusty. Creaks like a barn door in a windstorm. Don't know that I trust it, but it certainly builds character.
Character. Mine wobbles like my knees on a cold morning. Any more of this and I'll be sitting closer to the floor than the cheer squad mats.
Barn door creak beats wobbly knees every time. A booth's supposed to stand firm, not do the cha-cha under your backside.
Firm? Ha, you sound like Curtis, bragging about his Sharpie tags last week. Remember that? Scribbling on the Jiffy booth like he's king of vinyl real estate. Well, today, farts, this whole center court is our booth.
Well, I ain't saying it's genius, but it sure ain't dumb. And I say both benches, wobbly and creaky, count.
Now, I hate to be the one to slap guardrails on this little shindig, but seriously, fellas, aren't we stretching this whole booth idea a little far? I mean, bleachers and benches don't magically become booths just because you declare them so. Shouldn't we get some sort of official ruling on this?
The ruling on the floor is this. The entire center court circle has been claimed as booth territory by the visiting squad, Team Dusty Farts.
We want farts! We want farts!
Clifford Booth, referee here at the YMCA. He's also the proud nephew of Clarence Booth, who bequeathed Booth's booth to the city park upon his passing. By Maple Grove City Charter, 1841 edition, Clifford is fully authorized by hereditary rights to make final decisions on all matters of booth territory, annexation rights, and general booth worthiness within city limits.
According to Rule 12, Section C, subparagraph... well, crap. Never mind. I will need further consultation with the replay officials.
Unfortunately, Clifford's idea of replay officials is just a pair of troublemaking teenagers he locked in the security closet, tasked with monitoring the gym's lone security camera. Technically, you'd get sharper replay angles from a 1980s game of Pong. Not that it matters, though, as mice chewed clean through the video cable last October.
Well now, first time I ever been whistled for squatters' rights in the middle of a gym. Hey there, fella, you're saying this is the circle of veteran brothers? I'm guessing you must be the therapist.
Yes. Good gentlemen, welcome. We meet regularly with veterans to help them work through their problems. And if you will allow me, I'm quite certain I can pinpoint your troubles as well.
Pinpoint away. Who says we even have a problem?
Well, you're here, aren't you? That qualifies on the intake form. It's either that or I break out my tarot cards and my all-seeing eye. Which, by the way, tarot reading is $5. But I'll light a candle. And all aromas are free.
Huh, that's cheaper than anything Dr. Bobby has to offer. And smells better, too.
Fine. Please read my psyche, not my future. It's the cheaper option.
Excellent. Please take a seat. And gentlemen, Speak freely, or at least loudly. I find volume helps the unconscious feel noticed. Excellent. Now please, calm your mind. Clear your thoughts. Empty them like Bob's tip jar. Go to that deep, happy place. You smell coffee? You smell cookies.
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. Dang there, fella. You put Dusty right out. How'd you do that? Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, you see, it is all in the mind. The deep expanses of the psyche. Here, let's share some coffee and I'll explain.
Coffee? I'm up.
Now settle down, Dusty. We don't have any data on this brew. It hasn't been sent through a thorough CAFE assessment. Best tread carefully until we have the full rumble numbers.
After a week of sample cup brew, sawdust coffee, and dog treats, I'm willing to take the risk. Thank you, good sir.
You are most welcome. Now, please, gentlemen, settle in and get comfortable. I shall draw you a picture. And you shall tell me what you see.
Well, obviously. That's the exact battle plan the squirrel's been using to flank me at Maple Grove Park. See the squiggly lines and acorn markers? That's a full nut frontal flanking maneuver.
How interesting. Full frontal assault. How very interesting. And you, sir, what do you see in this drawing?
Well, pickle my Pyrex if that ain't my mama's green bean casserole. Those squiggly lines, that's just the steam rising off the dish. And them circles, why that's the mushroom soup bubbles popping right before the fried onions go on top.
Green bean casserole and nut flanking maneuvers. How very interesting indeed. Gentlemen, if I may, what you think are rodents and recipes are, in truth, echoes of memory. The casserole is no mere dish. It is the ghost of the family table, bubbling with the comfort of a mother's hand that is now absent. And the squirrel maneuvers? Not strategy at all, but the restless energy of boys who lacked that same maternal anchor. In psychoanalytic terms, we call this maternal displacement of appetite, where one man mistakes mushrooms for memories and the other mistakes squirrels for surrogate siblings. It is, to put it mildly, the casserole of the psyche.
24-second clock violation on you, Doctor. Your diagnosis went over 24 seconds without direction or hypothesis.
Yes, I see. Very well. In short, it is always the mother, gentlemen. Always the mother.
That is, as you like to say, very interesting.
Yeah, you must be a doctor type or something. What did you say your name was?
Yes, I am. Some know me as Dr. Fritz.
Meet Dr. Fritz, group moderator for the Circle of Veteran Brothers, and tragically, the only mental health professional in town. He loves nothing more than the sound of his own voice, and judging by the volume, so does he.
I'll wager you that this Dr. Fritz could talk a squirrel right out of its own nuts.
In postgraduate school, Dr. Fritz half-mockingly, half-reverentially earned the nickname Dr. Freudy from his classmates. Not for brilliance, mind you, but for his unshakable conviction that every problem, from bunions to bad coffee, could be traced directly back to your mother. And considering what else goes on around here, it is not surprising at all that Dr. Fritz has embraced the Dr. Freudy label, with a pride so thick Fred could slather it on toast and still have leftovers.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I didn't catch your last name.
It's Enslip. I'm Dr. Freudy. Enslip.
Well, ain't that the mother lode? But hey, speaking of slip, sorry there, fellas. I had some of Bob's chili yesterday and just had a little rumpus release.
Flagrant foul! Fred! Backcourt violation! Excessive force during flatulent blowout!
Uh-oh.
Hide anything edible.
Hey you, Commode Kings! Want me to decorate your new booth with my tags? No? Fine. I'll save my art for true aficionados. Hey, you weirdos don't look like the Circle of Venmo buddies.
Well, hi, Curtis.
No, Curtis, this is not the circle of Venmo buddies.
Oh, that stinks. I was low on gas and I needed to get some fast cash. Whoa, look at that guy. Is this therapy or the casting call for Colonel Mustard?
Curtis, you say? How interesting. I am Dr. Freudy. You sound very young for a man who looks so old. How very interesting. Would you mind telling the group a little more about yourself?
Well, I live with my mother in the basement of her trailer. It didn't used to have a basement until she let me dig one. Mom pretty much does everything for me, which I don't mind, but she won't let me backpack solo across Europe this summer. Oh! And I like cake. No, I mean, I really like cake.
Traveling violation? Curtis, you can't claim the world traveling status while living in your mother's basement.
Fear not, young man-child. We shall diagnose the problem. Here, what do you see in this drawing?
Oh, that's easy. That's birthday cake, and every day should be my birthday. I told you I really like cake. You so dumb.
I see. Well then, based on your confection-centric analysis, we encounter what we in the clinical arts call celebratory displacement. The cake is not merely dessert, it is a postponed parade, a candlelit contract with affirmation. Observe the layers: sponge, frosting, frosting sponge, a stacked ledger of unmet expectations. And who, pray tell, controls the calendar of celebration? Not the mother. No, this is clearly the work of the father. The patriarchal gatekeeper of parties, the umpire of candles, the withholder of slices. I submit to you that it is the father who must be held responsible.
Substitution violation. Dr. Freudy, you have clearly misplaced the gender in your diagnosis. Everybody knows it is always the mother. Always the mother.
Okay, well, I see an empty field outside the window that looks more fun. Later, weirdos.
And just like that, the circle was down a Curtis and up a Silence. But around here, silence never lasts long. And as you would expect, Maple Grove therapy groups attract chaos like moths to neon.
Comrades, hello! It is good to see Booth Brothers, but I am confused.
Gee, Dr. Bobby, aren't we all...
I don't see the widows. The widows! Where are the widows?
Hello, Dr. Bobby. Nice to see you. Is something wrong with your eyes, too? You can't see the windows right over there?
Yeah, Doc. Even I can see the windows over there. I see your big red blood bus parked out front.
No, widows. Free agents on Eastern European market. Isn't this the Circle of Venetian Mothers? I assumed this was a group for gondola widows. This make me sad. I brought wine.
How interesting. No, this is the Circle for Veteran Brothers, although at this point it should be called the Circle of Confused Strangers. I am Dr. Freudy, and you are most welcome.
Ah, a fellow doctor. Do you also make wine in your bathtub?
Double dribble on Dr. Bobby. You left a trail of blood drips and, well, a second unknown substance when you ran in from the blood bus.
Well, fortunately, I think it is safe to assume at this point that the other substance is innocuous wine.
Innocuous swine? Gosh, no, Doc. Every hog I've ever known is as suspicious as a squirrel.
Lord help us all. I can see I've stumbled upon a scene of mass confusion, which is about normal for around here.
Oh, hi, Aria.
Pumpkin bread, white bread, and pickle loaf. This is quite the breadbasket of buttered-up buffoons.
Hey there, Aria. What's shaking there, sister? You down here to hug vermin, love squirrels, or romance canoe ladies?
Well, actually, I'm about as confused as the lot of you. I thought this was the Circle of Vegan Burgers. I brought shakes, fries, and Impossible Whoppers.
How interesting. And as we are close to the end of our group hour, very appropriate timing. But before we close, would you please take a look at this drawing?
Well, Doctor, I'd love to. If you'd show me your drawing. But what you got there is your doodles from today's session. Hey, look at that water slide. Good job. You been thinking of building your own water park for a while?
Why, yes. And I shall call it Enslip and Enslide World.
Goaltending. Dr. Freudy. Unauthorized future amusement park planning with solid financial plan.
Speaking of future planning, Dusty, you up for some lunch?
Sure, Fred. Let's get on up out of here.
Don't worry, fellas. I brought enough for everyone. It's like my friend Jimmy says, breaking bread together is the oldest language of love and friendship we have. Just don't tell Bob.
Aria to the rescue, just like always.
Boy, I'll tell you what. This here food looks so good, I think I'll be back here next week for a relapse.
Relapse? Did someone say relapse? Hey, kids. That's today's special R word. Can you say relapse with me? Relapse. Relapse.
Relapse. R-E-L-A-P-S, relapse. That's when your belt gives up after Thanksgiving and you gotta switch back to sweatpants. Relapse.
Good food.
Even better company.
Sometimes the finest therapy isn't found in couches or clipboards, but in coffee, crumbs, and company. An impromptu meal with a circle of friends, mismatched as they are, can turn even squirrel wars and casserole confessions into a kind of fellowship. And that, folks, is sometimes enough.
Yo ho ho, a one-eye biny scallywag special.